Well, hello and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm starting to really like this game. Monica welcomed me. I don't know what happened. Oh, there we go. Hi again, Marcus. I don't know what I clicked. Oh, I should probably start saving, actually. Because saving is good. And return. So, yeah. She said, hi again, Marcus. Blah, blah, blah. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back to at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Marcus. Trying to make her sound all seductive and sultry. It's not working. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature club when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayuri told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manica. Manga is literature! I kind of agree because I have so much manga and comics. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back in her seat. Don't worry, guys. Marcus always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with my busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Oh god, she got a smile. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy. It's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. And how come? You and Marcus can be good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Don't worry, Sayori, I'm oblivious too. Yeti even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sari made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. Don't know what do I do. I'm sorry, Yuri. Yeti, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is just a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what it is. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a deal out of it. I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yeti reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, but it should keep your attention, even if you don't really usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She's adorable. I love Yeti. She even picked out a book she thinks I like despite me not reading much. Yeti, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be a case. Siri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yeti's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around the closet, getting manga. I'm really curious to talk to Yeti a little bit more. but at the same time, I feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap! I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only made her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed it in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped by the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Oh, I see. There's something fairly obvious that Yeti isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyways? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. It's an ominous-looking ion symbol on the front of the cover. All right. I just want to make sure I don't accidentally give any spoilers. She doesn't want to spoil it. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's my kind of book. I like that. It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yeti made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Yeti gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of this sort of thing, Marcus? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at a life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the knave one for letting the one-sided moral interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling again, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book from my bag. Alright. Alright. It's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to the Yetis. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. This is reading in company with somebody. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open a book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not particularly a bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. Glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up against Yuri's, then hold my book more in between the two of them. Suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the pages. Here. Yuri makes her left arm hold the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah. I do the same with my right arm and on the right side of the book. That way I can turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips on her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. This is actually kind of distracting me. I'm getting a boner. Shit. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Eh? To turn the page. Oh, sorry. I think I got a little bit distracted for a sec. Glance over at Yuri's face and our eyes meet. Don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's usually the least I can do. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume she's finished with the page before me, so I turn it on my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning the page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses a lot of the things she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of your mannerisms. I see. Made it awkward. We're standing up. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Marcus, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Whoa, wait. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. Well, I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. Yay, poem! We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thoughts. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. No, it's not. It's fine. Releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Ow. Alright. Guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. I almost gave her Monica's voice. Sorry. I kind of been doing that. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll probably be more fun with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters on your own time. Alright. I stand up, I'll make a mental note of where I left off in the book and then slip it back in my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. Can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I'd never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with? I can't wait! Sayuri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayuri is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers on a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yeti reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Alright, let's start with Yeti. Yeti seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Huh? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yeti. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a deep breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicate you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Unbelievable. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words of the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are some specific writing habits that are usually typical in new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter and form fit the two together. And the end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even the simplest poems. Not just finding them, but in building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you a valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Oh, please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yeti smiles dreamily as if there's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost Under the Light. Oh, I hate this. I need my reading glasses. Awesome. Now I have to put these on. Freak my life. Ghost Under the Light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, and I flicker back. Okay, this is going to be a little hard because my glasses are moving the mic around. It's a headset, technically. Great, I need glasses. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. It's not terrible, it's actually pretty. It's just I can't fucking read it very well. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. Oops. But you took your time to read. Took a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I want to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into Ghost Yeti? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Marcus. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance at it after all. Fuck you. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, experiences in their own work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbiotically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and as soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I didn't even think of that. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so. Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous doing all of this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Marcus. Me too. Next, Natsuki, cause get this brat out of my way.
Marcus, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home.
What? Harsh?
What? You expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid?
I'm not a writer. Maybe if it's not very good, but yeah, I did put effort into it. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about?
Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again.
Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid.
Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. I totally thought I was reading Marcus.
Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, and that's about it. So, cutesy. And to the point.
Yeah.
I told you that you weren't going to like it. I like it.
What?
Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously.
Isn't that the point of poems, for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly.
I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up a rhyme at the end and then made it all fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went to it than I realized.
And that's what it means to be a prow. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. And then I'll do Sayori last. Hi, Marcus. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring those things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in, anyways, yeah. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Marcus. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that will get us all past this thing. Blah. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Marcus. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way. Oh, whoop. It's easier for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it's always count when I put some effort into it. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyways. You know that Yeti likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism, unlike Sayuri, who likes using simple, direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yeti likes it when the readers are left to derive from their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing the people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze it out of all the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yeti has at this point. I think they're all like 18. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learning by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of style, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's 'cause I have to sound confident. It doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Oh, goddammit. It's a little better, but I still need my glasses. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything, a hole of infinite choices. I realized now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. Okay. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Oops, sorry, glasses. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends of each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is that if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Alright, Sayori is the last one. I'm trying to get through this as quick as possible. This is a good poem, Marcus. Are you sure this is your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. It just reminds me of how you really are a part of this club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Marcus. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have a lot of fun here too, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. God damn it. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed. Making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. I love Sayori. She's adorable. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No? Just a little bit? You can't answer just a little bit. It's a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line, I want breakfast. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school? It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. That was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're being nice, there's no way my poem can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes landed on Yeti and Natsuki again. They gingerly exchanged sheets of paper staring at their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watched them on the expresses change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yeti smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? No, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns to the poem with the desk in one hand. Can I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute?
Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Marcus did too. So based on that, I will gladly give you suggestions of my own. First of all,
excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Marcus liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yeti.
Music just got weird. That's not like creepy weird, just weird. Circus weird. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Marcus appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
And how did you know that he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay?
Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Marcus started showing up.
Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little bit... This doesn't involve you. Oh, the both of them said that. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Marcus, she's just trying to make me look bad.
It's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then that wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out of the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Marcus.
Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, but also a waste. You understand that right, Marcus? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know something about writing. But whoever I agree with will probably think more highly of me. That's just rude. So of course it's gonna be Sayori, help me! Natsuki. Natsuki glares at me, drying up any word I had left in my mouth, so instead I turn to Yeti. Yeti! But Yeti's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Eh? Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Marcus? Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place.
Excuse me? Are you even listening to yourself? It's exactly why no one likes... Stop. Oh, stop!
Natsuki, Yeti, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, They're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yeti's poems are amazing because they paint a beautiful picture in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they ever were. Big and beautiful. Sayori. Sayori stands up triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yeti rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So, this is why Sayori is vice president. I whispered to Monica. She nods. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that kind of embarrasses me. Nah. It's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori's amazing in her own ways, isn't it? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get her a chance to talk to her a little bit more. I don't get that option ever. Okay, everyone, that's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it.
It was alright. Well, mostly.
Marcus, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you learned something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. Okay. I think to myself, I did learn a little about the kinds of poem everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job of impressing those I want to impress, Yeti. And I to myself with newfound determination. Marcus! Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Yay! Sayori? About what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yeti and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've ever seen them fight like this. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Marcus, it's nice that I got to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone else is making me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but banging Yeti is the greatest. I mean, does it really need to stop there? I wanna poke a little. We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulders. I say that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do this. So I'll be smarter and I'm gonna leave it here, save the poem for the next episode. With that being said, thank you all so much for watching. If you like what you see, hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Bye!